everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's panel on NFTs for social good. My name is Ashley Decan. I'm here with some amazing people, May and Johnny. What I do, I founded the project called Crypto Titties. It's a mixture of complete degenerate, and we also raised about a little over $50,000 for breast cancer research with the American Cancer Society. So I'm curious, what do you guys do? What is your passion, and what are you working on right now?
Do you want to go first?
No, I'm looking at you, May. We're
We'll
good.
do ladies first.
So my name is May. I am a photographer in the space. I also am part of the founding member of the Kenya NFT Community. I'm also part of the founding members of the NFTs for social good space, which is a community space that's trying to highlight as many artists and projects and other actors in the space who are intent on doing good. So we like to feature them. So we host a space every Thursday at 12 p.m. So we had one today. And that's mostly what I do in the space.
Oh, amazing. What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun getting to know Ashley and May and prep for this. But I'm the founder of Favorite. We launched the Kindred Hearts Project. We brought together 50 artists from all over the world to contribute to these beautiful art cards. We've used the collection for raising funds. So we raised a little over $50K. And the last organization we supported was the American Heart Association. And excited to announce our new nonprofit today.
Amazing. Okay, perfect timing. Oh my gosh. So what would you say, some of my biggest challenges, being a complete degenerate, a lot of people don't take, it seriously, or even charity projects generally sometimes come with, a lot of baggage. There's some people that are not good actors in the space. What would you say your biggest challenges are with doing a NFTs for social good?
So as a photographer, I also do conservation work. So with my wildlife photography, I try to highlight causes that, conservation causes, especially on, like for example, the rhinos. The last two northern whites are in Kenya. That's where I'm from. And that is like a species that's going extinct. But there's a program right now that is trying to do in vitro fertilization so that they can try and preserve that species. That's all we have left on this planet. So with my work, I was trying to raise funds for them. But what happened is crypto is not fully accepted in Kenya. So that's one of the challenges. And so the organization had a hard time receiving crypto, so we had to do change it just to USD so that they could get the money, which that means extra expenses that they could have got more money out of what, if we'd done a crypto exchange. And then, of course, there's the misconception of what crypto and the NFT space is. Many people think it's a scam. So even when you're talking about it, they look down upon you, or they just dismiss you because they're like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but it doesn't seem real. And another difficulty that I've faced, actually, in hosting spaces, I learned so much from the project, and one specifically I'd like to speak on is with the artists with disabilities in the space. For example, the Deaf Collective, which has been within the space and they're trying to build, but then Twitter took off the closed captioning, which is what they relied on fully in communicating, especially on spaces. Now they are cut off from the regular conversations that we've been having, and it's about 4 months now. So that is one of the things, like people are not looking at, when they're looking at inclusivity and diversity, they're not thinking of artists with disabilities, not just artists, just thinking of disabilities and putting that in the forefront of their projects and stuff. So those are the main ones right now. Go ahead, Jenny.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just a quick show of hands. For NFTs, who's here to make money? Okay,
yeah,
well, that is a plus. Do a little bit of good, and also, well, that's the number one challenge, right? We are in a speculation-first market that people care about number go up. So I haven't found the secret. So I continue to try new things, evolve new things. And how do you make it work in this space, especially in a bear market? It's hard. It's very, very hard. So we brainstorm, we look at new ideas, but how do you continue to evolve a project in this market? I think that's the question, and so my personal belief is that I think we're early for NFTs for good. I think it evolves over time, but what Ashley did with CryptoTitties was pretty awesome, right? She tapped into the degen nature of this space. So I think finding that right balance and still doing good, that's really what I'm searching for.
I love that. Yeah, finding the degeneracy and the bridging the gap between degeneracy and philanthropy. So that's what we all want to do. One of my biggest inspirations in this space, honestly, one of my friends, Sparky, aka Sarah Bauman, she's the founder of Women in Weapons. Her organization donates 5% to the Malala Fund, which helps women in education. So what would you say your biggest inspirations have been in the space?
Just today, I am very privileged, honestly, to sit as a host and host all these artists or actors in the space who are doing good. So I get to hear of all these inspirational projects, but I want to highlight just two right now. Well, three, but two are creating awareness on Down syndrome within the space. And many people have been afraid to even bring that conversation up. But the advocates, their mothers are here who are working so hard, and the kids who have Down syndrome are the ones who are creating the art. And with that, they're trying to dispel the misconceptions with Down syndrome. We're trying to make people comfortable around and speaking with them, working with them. So it's something that and raising money for Down syndrome initiatives through their work. And the other one is, of course, the Deaf Collective, which is highlighting disabilities within the space. And recently they did a project now to address what I talked about earlier with Twitter, and they posted some work in sign language. So not fearing that the space is fully, majority of people are able-bodied and are not, don't have a hearing disability, so they used that and were able to create art that highlighted that issue. But we still need to do a lot more work to support them. While they have disabilities, we have the able-bodied people in the space, whichever way you can help, it's our responsibility, I believe, to support them. So those people have inspired me, and it's why I wake up every day now. It is why I show up on Thursdays. Even today I hosted live from here in one of the booths, like the coffee places there. Like I hosted the space there today because there was no way I was going to skip it. And I know one of the projects, Downs and Towns, are doing the photo walk. They're a photographer. So they're here present in the space. So having that physical representation of people with disabilities is so important. And I'm so inspired by that.
Love that. That's beautiful. And I'm just going to quickly introduce Dr. Vin just before we go over to Johnny. Can you introduce yourself, what you do, and what you're working on right now?
All right. Okay, my name is Vin. I'm originally from Singapore, and we have been actively working on an initiative called Blockchain for Impact that we co-founded somewhere around 2016-17 together with the UN's private-public partnership program. So we work very closely with one of the foundations under UN. So that is how we initiated our Blockchain for Impact initiatives. So the objective is how we can expedite the process of achieving SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals, defined by UN agencies. And the target date is 2030. And recently we have seen, especially after COVID, a lot of challenges to achieve that target date. So that helps technologies like blockchain, NFTs, frontier technologies like even IoT, AI, how we can achieve this goal as fast as possible, or at least to maintain the target dates. So that's a kind of initiative we are working on. Most of the projects we are working primarily into education, health, sustainability. These are the areas. So maybe at the later stage, maybe I can start sharing more about few projects which we are involved in. That's all.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. And we'll go over to Johnny. What is one of your biggest inspirations when it comes to the space?
So, it's funny. I've been in crypto a bit, and I've been through the bear markets of 2018, 2019, and when you're just trading tokens, it gets very boring. So the inspiration is the people, and it's being engaged. It's getting to know great speakers up here today, but also just the people. Like, it keeps you going. And so when you keep going, you get inspired by the stories. You get my friend Jose for supporting the Aku Dreams, and Micah Johnson, his project. It's incredible. I've met the on-chain monkey community. They're incredible people. They're super welcoming. They're doing good things. So I think you see all the work that Timepieces is doing, Rachel Wilkins and team. So I think these stories matter, and I think that's what's going to eventually elevate the space, but it's going to take time, right? And we know if you're in this space trying to do some things for good, you'll know it's difficult. You'll know it's hard. But you'll keep sticking around because of the people.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And Ben, what about you? What is your inspirations for the space?
So basically, we have been into the real commercial business for so long. So been there, done there. Now it's more about not making money. That's actually a byproduct. How we can create more impact. And especially for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been focusing primarily into philanthropy part of it, and using these blockchain initiatives, how we can create more value, more impact. Just to give you a background, so we have rolled out a healthcare on blockchain project somewhere in 2018-19, pre-COVID, and we managed to move close to 2 million users in Southeast Asia. And right now what we are doing is most of them are getting medical health insurance for free as a blockchain, as a tool. Of course, it comes with a lot of rolling out challenges, government or the bureaucracy supporting. But end of the day, I'm one of the co-founders of that initiative, and I'm so happy that we managed to roll out something like that to close to 2 million underprivileged community. And yeah, so that's the kind of scenarios which I feel we can do a lot using blockchain NFT as a technology.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. And we'll go into, for me, I think about things that we can do in the future to make donations more fun. I think that's the biggest problem, as you were saying, Johnny, earlier, is that a lot of people want to make money. They want to have something. And sometimes it's about status. So I had an idea, at some point making a donation as a PFP. So let's say you donate to your favorite charity, you get a PFP specific to you, and you can show that off hey, this is my favorite charity, and this is my PFP now. What kind of ideas do you guys have on how to try to make it more fun or innovative for people to get into NFTs for social good?
I guess that's me.
Yes, you next. Ladies first.
First of all, how is everyone doing? Are you guys okay? Who is falling asleep? You're not allowed to. If you need to, stand up. It's okay. But one thing I was thinking of is, well, yours sounds so fun. I think something that I have found is very important in getting people in is tapping into people's purpose. What is your purpose in life? And that gives them a solid foundation in how they show up. And when they find their purpose, then they'll be able to support a community or a cause that is dear to them. And now that we have access to the whole world, it's not just, you're not limited to your immediate environment. You're able to support causes that are way beyond what you'd ever have even thought you could do with almost, with very little, because it's being brought to you. You don't have to go do the research, it's already been done. And then you have visible proof that the need is there, and there's a way to track that that your money went into something that was worthwhile. So tapping into people's purpose, I believe it's something like how we tap into the community, tapping into people's hearts. I think that's where that will hold us for the long haul, I believe. Yeah.
I love that. What about you, Johnny?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think those are great points, and I totally agree. If you can storytell, if you can master storytelling, I think that's incredibly valuable, because it's all about the story. It's about the connection. It's how you relate to people and causes and purposes. There are other ways, though, and so there's an organization called ThriveCoin, and what they're doing is they're incentivizing behavior. So by participating in whether it's a Twitter chat or a Discord or some other form of engagement, they can get rewarded with a token of some sort. On-Chain Monkey does that exceptionally well. It's their bananas, right? They reward bananas for engagement, but they also reward bananas for helping raise funds for a nonprofit, right? And so I just think like finding ways to engage, and I think that's really what we're focused on, is like how do we do that? How do we tap in a more efficient way?
Yes, absolutely. I'm a big fan of the on-chain monkeys. What about you, sir?
About?
Yeah. What would you say, like an innovative way for you to, change the way that we donate, like through NFTs, like more fun,
okay.
more exciting?
Okay, so let me take you back to one of the projects which we were involved with, right? So we started that as a social enterprise. The objective is still making money, so the founders are not, losing their valuable time, etc. But on the other side, or other part of the balance sheet, right, credit and debit, right? Other part, there's already so much of impact which is created. So you can still make money while creating or while doing impact projects. That's my take in that.
Perfect. Great answers by all. So we'll do like a brief, I want to end this on a really good note on some things that you would like to say to people that are looking to do this but don't know where to start. What would your advice be on someone that's looking to do something for good in NFTs or crypto? Oh, yes, we should start with Johnny. Okay.
Did you just hot potato me? You did. You may hot potatoed me. What's the question again? I'm like totally confused.
She's getting some ideas. So, for me, my advice to people that are looking to do good in the NFT space is to just find something you're passionate about. Find something, like for me, breast cancer research is really close to my heart because my friend died from breast cancer a few years back. And so that's why I decided to dedicate my time and my tweets, and those things mean a lot to me. So for somebody like that advice, find a cause that you believe in, find something that you really like, and merge them together. What would you say your advice would be? Yeah,
I love that, and I think that's a great approach. My advice is just take your time, right? One of the beauties of a bear market is it's slow. It can be painfully slow, right? So there's no rush, but take your time. If you want to launch a collection for a nonprofit, I'd go small. I'd go very small. And just, some of those things, I think they're just little tidbits that I think can help you jumpstart. And that's going to help you build a small community that can eventually get a lot bigger.
Perfect. What about you, Vin? We'll go to you first.
Okay, so I believe that each one of us who is actually having a digital footprint can create a lot of value. There are a lot of applications, a lot of initiatives which is giving an opportunity to monetize your time, maybe whether it is Web3 or now we are talking about Web5. You can just leverage on these kind of technologies and spending time, and you can be part of the impact creating initiatives.
Perfect. And we're going to end with you, May. What do you got for us?
So I'm usually the wordy one. So this was intentional, so I can finish the clock. But I'm kidding. The point I wanted to say is community. I think building those relationships, and I know we say that and it sounds cliche sometimes, but it is the glue that keeps us here. Knowing real people, making real connections, not just knowing a name or knowing an account, but as we're here today, make sure you leave with someone, like know more about somebody, one more thing that you didn't know before. But it's those real relationships that will keep us here and keep us doing the work. So I think it's in that tapping into community, but also really making real connections. That's what I'd say.
That's a perfect way to end it. So thank you all for joining us. This has been NFTs for Good. Oh,
we
Johnny's
have 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Okay. They gave us two more minutes.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's fire it up.
Somebody give him a raise. He needs a raise.
Yes.
All right. Oh, no. Oh.
Whoa. Somebody needs to
2
give him a
minutes and
raise.
45 seconds. Let's go.
All
Do you have any questions? Maybe they have questions?
You know what? Do you have a question for all of us?
Well, I just want to make sure I announce our next nonprofit. So whenever you're ready,
No, you go ahead.
we do that.
You take the floor. This is a
Okay.
perfect way to end it.
Perfect. Well, we can go back, but yeah. So our next nonprofit, I'm super excited to announce that Upbring. Has anybody heard of Upbring in the room? Well, they focus on child well-being and really do a lot of work around foster care awareness. And May is also mental health awareness. So if you may be familiar, it's a crisis with our children in the U.S. And it's a global issue. So we are tapping into the great team at Upbring. They've got an innovation lab. They're forward-leaning. They've got a Web3 lead. They're doing some work on blockchain initiatives. So we're super pumped. They're active in the space, and I'm super excited to have them. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, that's exciting.
All right, can we get a round of applause for Upbring? Yeah. Let's go. Thank you.
All right. And May, did you have anything you were working on? I saw you.
I know. I was like, first I wanted to clarify. When he said May is mental awareness, I just want to make sure you know he meant the month and not me. I just wanted to say that. Oh no, we got 2 more minutes. But I honestly really wanted to see if anyone had a question or any thoughts on this. Because, sir, go ahead.
How do you see NFTs benefiting education?
Oh, perfect question.
Yeah.
So I learned today. Can I answer this?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So in the space today, when I was hosting earlier, like I said, I was introduced to a project that is doing an educational project in Jamaica. And what they're doing is they're actually emulating something they saw Digicel. I don't know if you've heard of Digicel. They did something in Haiti. And so this project is borrowing from that. And what they're doing is they're incentivizing the STEM program, actually building a STEM program, and then also an art program where the kids can learn what we're doing. The artists can sell as NFTs. They are, there's so many things. They were even they couldn't answer so many questions because today they were having a conversation with a school because they're trying to include this NFTs into the curriculum, into the syllabus. So it's happening, and I think many people, so first of all, like we said, we're very early, so we're going to learn from each other. So like that one project has learned from Haiti and now it's going to Jamaica. And from there, and many other projects will learn around the world that are including Web3, NFTs, and all that into the school system from an early age so that the next generation is coming in well-informed than we entered. So I'm very what was I going to say? Optimistic. Optimistic about it, yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been NFTs for Good. Y'all have fun at NFT.NYC.